All right, hello. Welcome one, welcome all to the eve before March of the Lich King launches. Now, we're here today to talk about a couple of different budget decks. We're not going to be talking about every single tab I have open here. That is each a different deck. But what we are going to be talking about is how we can make this card work. So, Savage ymirjar. I'm gonna hope I'm saying that right. Um, but we used to have this card called what was it? Oh geez, now I'm forgetting the card. Doomguard. We used to have this card called Doomguard, and it was a 5 mana 5/7 rush. No, sorry, 5 mana 5/7 charge for Warlock, and it also had the battle cry of discard 2 cards. And that card isn't in standard anymore because it was broken. Literally, so back when it was in standard, there was this deck called Zoo that used to run it very often, and it's not it wasn't just because it was a really strong minion, but also because the discard ended up not mattering most of the time, because you could just play it while your hand was either empty or mostly empty. So the discussion comes to how can we make this card as broken as possible? And there's a couple different ways of doing that. So I have this deck, and then I also built another deck with a different, take on the kind of, on how to make this card as broken as possible. So right off the bat, you'll see this is a very, standard zoo deck. You'll see a noticeable lack of, beneficial battle cries in my one slot because I want to trigger Apothecary's Caravan and pull these 1-drops out of my deck for free. Then we got, cards like Crooked Cook, Direwolf Alpha, things that benefit you from already having a board. Infected Peasant is just just a very efficient creature. The other cards are either there to help you trade up, be efficient, or just be monstrous, depending on, how many friendly minions you have. So I only have, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. So only 8 new cards. So a lot of this deck is already in the game. But it's also a solid framework for a minion-based Warlock deck. So in general, you just kind of want to be playing on curve, playing, to clear their stuff efficiently if you can, and then eventually you're gonna slap down these Savage ymirjars, and they're gonna help you clear some enemies. They're gonna survive. They're hopefully gonna survive when you hit them against enemy minions, and then you're still gonna have a 7 attack creature, probably still with quite a bit of health on the field, and ready to keep swinging at your opponent's face. So the other style of deck that I think is better than this one. This one is a nice starting point. It's very cheap. But let's go over to a different style of deck than this. This one is just, play efficiently. Sometimes you'll get Walking Dead out for free if you discard it, which is nice. And obviously you're going to be doing some discarding with Ymirjar, so that might be kind of broken. Foul Egg is also pretty efficient, I'm hoping, especially with Dark Iron Dwarf and Defender of Argus giving it attack, so it can go ahead and take itself out and give us back a chicken. But with that out of the way, we're going to be talking about this other deck. So I think this deck is the stronger way to build the deck I just showed you. Now, as of why it has less cards, it only has 24 cards. Wait, I had to fix this. I can't just show you this. Well, I guess I could, but anyway, basically, hang on. Let me add in some cards while I'm talking. So the Caravan makes a lot of sense. We're still missing 4 cards here, but the general consensus is that you're replacing your efficient creatures with imp synergies, like Flustered Librarian, a Wicked Shipment, things like that. Vile Library, especially. Fiendish Circle, Imp Gang Boss, Piggyback Imp, etc. And then not only that, you're getting rid of the excess undead that you have. I'm not really sure why Apothecary's Caravan isn't an undead. I guess because it's the caravan as a whole and not really the driver of the caravan. But anyway, but yeah, so you're getting rid of all the other undead except for Savage ymirjar. And then we're going to be trying to use Infantry Reanimator to resurrect the Savage and give it Reborn, which is just insane. Imagine they finally clear off your 5 mana 7/7 rush, and then you just play your Infantry Reanimator and bring it back to life with Reborn, and it's back, clearing your opponent's stuff and being a nuisance. So, and also if you resurrect it, you don't have to pay the battle cry again. So you discard your cards once, and you get multiple, potentially, with the Infantry Reanimator. So that's pretty cool. The other consideration I'm going to have to make is some more, efficient cards to go in here. Because, we obviously don't want to add the undead that were back here. Like Foul Egg, we can probably... Well, no, we don't want Infected Peasant either. I keep saying. Infected Peasant. We don't want the Infected Peasant either. Because then we would have a chance of resurrecting the 2/2 that it summons. Same thing with Walking Dead. We don't want to be bringing back 2 attack, 5 health creatures when we could be bringing back 7/7s. So with that out of the way, we should be looking at other options like what's it called? What I just saw it. A traveling merchant. Wait, yeah, we also want these shady bartenders for sure. If we're going with an imp deck. Yeah, here we go. Traveling merchant, and there we go. We're up to our 30 card deck. And yeah, basically we're just trying to... Here we have, not only do we have a different main plan of the other deck, where the main plan with this deck is to, get down Savage and then reanimate it with Infantry Reanimator. And, just kind of get these big 7/7s constantly. Then we also have the Imp undertones of the deck, where you have... the Piggyback Imp, Imp Gang Boss, Fiendish Circle, and so on and so forth. But you're also not sacrificing your early game consistency for that plan. Because you have Flame Imp, Flustered Librarian, Voidwalker, all these cards that play into your early game. So I think this deck is going to be insanely strong. I would say this might be as good as it gets in terms of power level for a budget deck. But I mean, I don't know. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. I want to definitely craft this deck on day one, and let me know if you want to see some gameplay of it. Because again, I think this might be as strong as aggressive decks go. Or at least as budget aggressive decks go. And yeah, always having like an efficient kind of game plan is exactly what you want out of a deck. And I think, from turn one, it's going to have a very consistent game plan. You're going to be able to get up in people's faces and just kind of end the game in a very efficient manner. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully this deck brings you many wins. But again, if you wanted to try something closer to Classic Zoo, like let's say maybe you don't like the Imp package, or or for whatever reason you want to try something different, then I'll also post this deck separately. I think this is the worst version, but again, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell without proper, gameplay. You know what I mean? Without proper testing. So yeah. So I am excited to, try out these decks, and I hope you are too. But without further ado, I am going to end this video, and go get some sleep because it's already 4 a.m. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, and I will see you in launch, which you're probably seeing this launch day. So good luck opening your packs, and have a fun time out there testing out all these different strategies. I'll try to post the rest of the budget decks throughout the day, but no promises. Um, Sometimes life just gets in the way, but it'll be cool. It'll be cool, and I can't wait to see what everyone thinks. So yeah, thank you so much.